residence. Remember, Fadnavis of the BJP, former chief minister, is the man, who is seen by many who could be the greatest gainer, when the chips finally fall in this political thriller. He could become chief minister once again. One scenario paints this as, Fadnavis returning as chief minister with Eknath Shinde as a deputy chief minister, but nothing can happen until all procedures are complete. In fact, Munish is just breaking the inside track of the legal strategy that appears to be being embraced by Eknath Shinde and his faction sitting in Guwahati. Munish, this information that you've accessed comes, a day after that secret meeting in Vadodara as well between Fadnavis and Shinde. Take us through this legal strategy. It's a big counter-strike.
Yeah, well, Shiv, this political fight, is going to be very crucial, but the legal fight is going to be the most important part of this entire Maharashtra drama. Now, as far as this legal fight is concerned, both these camps, Eknath Shinde and Uddhav Thackeray, they are the one, they are strategizing what they are going to and what they are going with before the court. Because remember, after the disqualification notice by the deputy governor to the 16 rebel MLAs, there was a legal strategy placed by the Eknath Shinde camp. The first legal strategy was they will approach against the notice before the Supreme Court. But now what we are hearing, that they are also going to challenge the disqualification, but also in addition they are going to press this matter before the court that it should be the MLAs who are with Uddhav Thackeray, those MLAs should be disqualified. And what grounds they are going to mention before the court is that, first of all, Eknath Shinde has been the group leader of 55 MLAs of Shiv Sena. Now, more than two-thirds, that is more than 37 MLAs are with Eknath Shinde. So Uddhav Thackeray is not in a power to change a group leader. So Eknath Shinde remains the group leader. And now, as a group leader, Eknath Shinde is in power to disqualify MLAs who are with Uddhav Thackeray. Till yesterday, the strategy of Uddhav Thackeray was to make sure that these MLAs are disqualified. It was a threat to the MLAs who are with Eknath Shinde. But now the legal strategy of both the camps are changing. How it is going to play out before the court, that is something we have to wait and watch, for which we have to wait and watch. But as far as, this legal fight is concerned, tomorrow we are expecting that the first move will be by Eknath Shinde, and later on Uddhav Thackeray's camp led by Mr. Anil Desai, who is a senior Shiv Sena leader, and he is the one who is keeping a close eye on the legal strategy. He is already in touch with the senior lawyers. He will be the one who will be strategizing about how to counter the claims of Eknath Shinde and their legal strategy. So it is going to be very important. Also, we have been given to understand that Mr. Sharad Pawar is also very interested in this entire legal fight, because it is also it is also for Sharad Pawar that the perception in the public was that this government was formed after intervention of Sharad Pawar. He was the leader who made sure that there should be alliance between NCP, Congress and Sena. But now this is going to embarrass Sharad Pawar also. So he's also keeping a close eye. He's going to Delhi. We have been given to understand is that he may meet some of the senior lawyers who are going to represent Uddhav Thackeray. So certainly it is going to be the most crucial fight of this Maharashtra drama. This legal fight is going to be something which will be deciding the next course of politics in Maharashtra. Shiv.
Very interesting. So this is all set to become a legal battle, in the courtrooms, as Polami just said. Even though the visible aspect of this political controversy, this political collision in Maharashtra has become bike rallies, streets of rage, street protests, Sainiks mobilizing in at least 4 or 5 different parts of Maharashtra on a Sunday. That's what has become the face of this entire controversy. I want to go back to Munish, because the Sharad Pawar aspect of this entire story is one of the most intriguing. Sharad Pawar was in Delhi when the story broke. He came down to Mumbai. He's put up a show of support. There has been a sense that there is a bit of a trust breakdown between the NCP and the Shiv Sena, even though on the face of it, neither will actually, talk about it. But it looks like a beleaguered Uddhav Munish is going to have to depend on the, political mind and reach of a Sharad Pawar, perhaps, to save the Mahavikas Aghadi. That's what.
Absolutely, Shiv. And you know what's more important, if you go by the chronology, you know, first there was this Rajya Sabha members election. Then there was a statement by Sharad Pawar that these cross voting happens in politics. There is nothing to be worried about. But later on, when this entire you know, there were rebel MLAs who went to Surat and then Guwahati. That was the first time when Sharad Pawar started intervening in this entire matter. Initially, there were senior leaders of Shiv Sena and NCP who were meeting. But then there was a personal meeting between Uddhav Thackeray and Sharad Pawar, and it happened when Mr. Uddhav Thackeray was also down with COVID. He was COVID positive. Still, Sharad Pawar went and met Uddhav Thackeray. So we have been given to understand is that Sharad Pawar is keeping a close eye. And why he is keeping a close eye? Because he was the one who was given credit for this formation of alliance. It was not a very natural alliance for Shiv Sena and even for NCP and Congress. All three parties have been fighting with each other, especially Shiv Sena versus NCP and Congress. But it was Sharad Pawar who made sure that this alliance comes together and stick for at least next 5 years. But after the fall of you know, Shiv Sena, at least we can say at this point of time, because more than 2/3 of MLAs are with Eknath Shinde, after this fall, Sharad Pawar is trying everything possible in his capability to make sure that this should not embarrass only this alliance, but also this should not embarrass himself, because he is someone who is known as a political mastermind, political guru, not only in Maharashtra but in the entire country.